the cameraman. If shit getting active, I'ma stand it down. We taking ground, call the ambulance. That shit go. Look. If shit go, look, you best get right, or you'll get look. You got that right. That shit go. If you got a problem, we'll handle it. Niggas acting hard, you better stand on it. We on every corner, we stamping it. You better get your life for this camp shit. We ain't playing around, there's no cowards, dog. If niggas charged up, you get powered off. Rude of speech, keep it raw. It ain't my fault that you niggas soft. It ain't my fault that these niggas frauds. It ain't my fault that them niggas rats. If your colors fly, you don't get that back. Shit go. Look. If shit go, look, you best get right, or you'll get look. You got that. That shit go. Look. If shit go, look, you best get right, or you'll get look. You got that right. That shit go.
B-Raw, wanna go to war, gotta hop into the van. Tryna cut the semen, something you don't understand. Getting checked for my betterment, better take it like a man. Nigga, how you walk away for camp? If you willing to die, you better be willing to stand. Take a trip around the world, see a bunch of corners held by them UPK niggas. All them UPK niggas go to camp. And I'm on Shamar head hanging out the car. Wonder when I pull up straight to the battlefield. And I'ma make sure niggas make it back home. Say, nigga, what you thought? With anything moving, I be on. Gotta remind them, we never like them niggas that you saw. If you hear back up, that'll be your last time to get out the way. The price to pay before
that shit go.
Nah, for real though.
Look. If shit go, look, you best get right, or you'll get look. You got that right.
Wave that one west, cover out that window. Let them know I'm coming with my kinfolk. Red letter, ski mask on, but I don't really ski though. Bullets bald head like they going through chemo. I slide on them Tony Hawk type. Better get your thoughts right. Jumping high on walls, this ain't Fortnite. Red dot, it kinda make it way too easy for a headshot. I put you under wing, it turned into a headlock. I told my niggas think it's time to put the pressure on. You bring that paper, told her throw a little extra on. We go to war and see, I murder one, you murder two, it ain't the same degree. Better up into a capital offense for them dollars, but it really don't make sense. Guns behind tents with some liquor and we riding down the freeway. Slide on them, spin the block and replay, so we slide again.
You know my position, I'm on standby. Ain't no competition, it's a landslide. Or you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, nigga, slide again. Niggas claim they hot, but we been fine. If they ain't one of mine, so they ain't tied. Or you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, nigga, slide.
We got this mapped out. Niggas selling wolf tickets, not living what they rap out. Said he gon' ride, too emotional, he'll crash out. And I ain't boxing, wrestle with this cannon, you gon' tap out. 100 troopers in the building, turn this shit into a blackout. We both come from the mother, why you tryin' to do me dirty? He cut himself off, we let him rock, he ain't worthy. You playing ball courts, throwing number like a jersey. While niggas folded like origami, I kept it sturdy. Told my son he got the blood of a king, he ain't got a word. They gon' cross you like a Christian, it's better to learn this early. They be watching, trying to copy, asking questions, trying to learn me. I ain't in the back and forth if the business don't concern me. Catch the wrath from my anger, I be trying to give a mercy. Ask the angels keep me covered, I'ma slide, they might have heard me. They playing with that fire, get too close, it's gonna burn me. We ain't never looking back, moving forward, it's the journey.
You know my position, I'm on standby. Ain't no competition, it's a landslide. Or you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, nigga, slide again. Niggas claim they hot, but we been fine. If they ain't one of mine, so they ain't tied. Or you a rider, motherfucker, ride with the blade. Untamed gorilla, keep your hands out the cage. I be standing on they neck, one west to the grave. You can keep your mercy, nigga, I ain't worried. Revenge call me buddy love, I call her Miss Purdy. Nigga try to blitz, I'm going 730. I'ma shake the whole room like Big Shirty. Nigga say one war, it's whatever, buddy. Glock fully loaded, you know these letters bloody. Come for me, you a bitch, homie. Boy, I'm realer than your big homie. 144, yeah, the one and only. And you know I keep this blick on me. Body slam you like Mick Foley. I got that black out on my arm, play that bitch like a violin. Say me, try me once, nigga, try again. You know my position, I'm on standby. Ain't no competition, it's a landslide. Oh, you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, nigga, slide again. Niggas claim they hot, but we been fire. If they ain't one of mine, so they anti. Oh, you a rider, motherfucker, ride again. You said you slide on them, nigga, slide again.
Ooh, 27 Club.
All right, gang, let's really nail it this time. Here we go. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hillstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this UPK ain't nothing, we on fellowship. Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hillstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this UPK ain't nothing, we on fellowship. Florida Lee on my top, this a Saints hat. This the third can't be been in, he a J-Cat. Nigga tryna steal the sauce, yeah, I hate that. But I ain't make the rules, I can't change that. New bottle, new wine, yeah, I can't crack. Look, flag on the play, they grabbing face masks. Niggas always saving hoes where your cape at. The only killer that you know without no face tag. Hell yeah, my bitch bad, Proverbs 31, yeah. This is not a drill, I be 30'd up, yeah. He about to crack the sky, you better hurry up. It's all bad when you see us hang that jersey up. It's mad brick, I got the blick with my cover on. He a fed, he a op, got his cover blown. Look, I'm really outside without no scully on. It's one West, bitch, I'm on with my brothers on. He got ranked, then he left, he broke another oath. I got the plate, we about to take another zone. They was sleeping on the team, now they comatose. Left his brother out to dry, I guess he wanna fold. Put the oil on his head, that's another soul. I try to tell him we a pro, don't do this shit at home. She unhappy, left her man, she a 304. He try to justify that shit, he broke the penal code. Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hillstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this UPK ain't nothing, we on fellowship. Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hillstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this UPK ain't nothing, we on fellowship. Gotta watch these niggas, they be cointel. LeBron ain't never killed nobody, but I know he will. It's on me, yeah, where I go, yeah, that's the holy seal. My niggas itching when it's up, you better not touch a chair. Ooh, I'm with the extra, that's on the back. He ain't loyal to his brothers, how you follow that? She either working with her hands or she off her bag. Broke bitches, yeah, they done that, give me a heart attack. You see the banner above my head, I'm a part of that. These niggas cowards, pussies, we don't want no parts in that. They let our warrior out of prison, he ain't going back. And don't be speaking on the truth, cause we with all of that. Look, before they started dissing, they was fans first. You will never catch me digging in no man purse. Really put my brick in, that's why my hands hurt. And don't be speaking bullshit, that make my head hurt. Look, I done burn my fingers from the Michael Drake. For the brotherhood, I done threw my life away. I never see him, tell him come off from their hiding place. We can't do it, we told them we gon' find a way. They'd rather march 1,000 deep, we rather feed the people. They wouldn't put on all black, now he reading Hebrew. UPK the standard if you speak on Hebrew. Don't think they solid, get with them niggas just gon' leave you. Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hillstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this UPK ain't nothing, we on fellowship. Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hillstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this UPK ain't nothing, we on fellowship.
serious and you're looking for a Christ man, the one who's knowing it with the Lord, with the Spirit of the Lord, to do his will, I'm that nigga.
One West, 125th Street. Look, y'all put y'all faith in presidents like they gon' change this country. Run the league and let y'all play cause y'all gon' make them money. Fuck Obama, he ain't come here on cargo slave ship. What the fuck he do for blacks in his administration? I'm waiting, patient like a saint. Black, Hispanic, Native, they hate your ass the same. Paint Christ in they image, paint you as a slave. God ain't all love, scriptures say hate. African soul niggas, they know we not the same. School to prison pipeline to get you off the streets. Put you in the cell toilet connected to the sink. Molested as a kid, she prostituted as a teen. The byproduct of Martin Luther King dream. They just took the yoke off, my nigga, we ain't free. We living bleak in these wastelands of poverty. If you don't know the truth, then the lies sound promising. Prophecy, gift and a curse. Dylan started killing, they was sitting in church. Black folk forgave him, man, this shit is absurd. You should never love your enemy, that shit ain't gon' work. Yeah, fuck dying on your knees, you better die in glory. Man, I joined the UPK, taught me the art of warring. I took a nigga life like mine to be recognized. I feel that pain every day, it can't be reconciled. Pops banging, my sister a prostitute. My brother got life, and somehow I still found the truth. War ready, no cowards, no excuse. Fuck reparations, you can't bandage no open wounds. Blood on the leaves, body swing hung from a noose. I was on a run in Nashville and I found the truth. I called the school, classes being held by the shock on my life. I want to be a gangster like a cop. Do this for my brothers, real brotherhood. Everything we do, we got it out this book. My nigga, I can never be no African. UPK the only authorized acronym. I'm passionate about my brothers and sisters. We in hell, I ain't got nothing against them. That's another religion. If it ain't under your honor, ain't me murdered by them and got a hug from your honor. That's the way out for a coward in my observation. They don't fear the Lord, they indoctrinated. Wolves in sheep clothing, Joe Osteen. Real priests bringing back black royalty. One West on my headpiece, ranking order. Can't let them trick me off the streets, I gotta raise my daughter. I got brothers at the border ducking ice agents. I got the name change, it was life changing. My family thought it was a gang, put on all black, they said I was going through a phase. It's more of us in jail than it was slaves. Chose by the Lord, we could never be the same. Soon as they born, the wicked go astray. They left the truth, they wasn't with us anyway. Niggas weak, they just saying anything to be truthful. We don't want no cowards anyway. Look, coronavirus, that's a plague. You don't get too much sleep when you waking up the dead. First camp, I cut off all my dreads. I took an oath when that oil hit my head. Niggas capping like they lids. I'm a priest, I never stick no fork in no pig. I was dead till I found out how to live. This brotherhood taught me how to be a man. I came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church. Came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church.
Let's clap it up. Clap it up for class. We are live. Welcome to Thursday's Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge Breakdown. I'm Captain Tazaryach holding it down for General Hyman. I cannot come up here and say the university by the side. That is not my gift yet.
Not yet.
I'm working on it though. But for my Latino brothers, what is it? Buenos noches. Right? They're good evening. Thank you. Of course, if you got any questions, any comments, you can always ask them. We'll definitely take all your questions, solve all your problems, so you won't have to suffer from Black Hebrew Israelite fatigue out there in the world. Y'all may not know what I'm talking about. I'll explain later. So whatever topics y'all have or whatever questions y'all got, now's the time to ask them. Do we have any zones here yet?
We do. We got South Carolina here with us.
Let's give it up for South Carolina. Hearing a lot of good things about South. You know what? I'm hearing a lot of good things about both Carolinas. When I do my live streams, a lot of Carolinas call, Georgia and California and some of the Midwest. So big up to them. Who else we got?
We got might want to slide the mic
this way.
Like the whole stand to the side. It's kind of like blocking.
Oh, it's blocking my view. You want to see me? They know what I look like.
They want to see. People want to see.
Yeah, they know what I'm looking.
We got Dallas here with us.
Big up to Dallas. Clap it up for Dallas. Who else we got?
We got Atlanta with us.
Big up to Atlanta. Okay. I need to come back to Atlanta soon. Y'all see Tommy was talking about TNT. I might come down there to do a show with Tommy down there. We'll see what's happening. Any other zones?
No, there'll be a few more joining us shortly.
So again, for the ones in the zones, if y'all got any questions, of course, just let me know at any time, and we'll definitely answer your questions. I always start off with questions in the room before we go online. So is there any questions in the room? Young man.
I wanted a breakdown of Matthew chapter 22, verse 21.
Okay.
It says Matthew chapter 22, verse 21. They say unto him, Caesar. Then saith he unto them, render therefore unto Caesar the things which are.
You got to read a couple of verses above so you could get why he's asking the question. You said Matthew 22 and 21, you said?
Somebody's asking if you got Zelle so they can donate.
Yeah, hey, Shemawala, can you go outside? That coffee's out there. Oh, hold on one second, yeah. Hello? Yeah, you coming outside right now. I think.
Should we?
Yeah, give my number.
Should we let the people know why you had to pause for a moment?
Nope. But you can get my number for the Zelle. My phone number is fine. So now start at verse 22. And this is something that you go through. You're gonna go through this in your everyday life, especially, we call a white man the devil. I'm doing a 1v8 tomorrow. You know what the subject is? Is the white man the devil? There's going to be 8 white people. I'm assuming 8 white people that's going to try to convince or try to challenge me on the white man not being the devil. Now, them Genesis niggas might be in there. They some good stepping, fetching, coon ass niggas. They might be a part of the black people that's going to try to convince me that the white man ain't the devil. Now, when you become an Israelite and you're saying the white man is the devil, what do you think is the things that they say on this subject? This is them asking him, should he pay taxes to Caesar? How would that translate to today? You a Hebrew Israelite, you're an Israelite. How you was gonna say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say that the white man feels that he's God and he deserves all of them.
That's true, but this question that they're asking him. So read start at verse. I want you to start at verse 15.
Matthew chapter 22, verse 15. Then went the Pharisees and took counsel how they might entangle him in his talk.
How they might what?
Entangle him
with his talk, right? Every battle you get in with anybody that's not in the ISUPK, every conversation you get in with anybody not in the ISUPK, you better analyze it. You can get it's easy to get seduced. Now, does that mean every conversation you had is an angle? No, it doesn't. But if your antennas is not up to discern whether it's an angle or not, you'll fall for it. So as the Pharisees is coming to him, they're coming to entangle him. They're not going to talk. Now, an entanglement doesn't mean they want you to know they're trying to entangle you, but that's their agenda. So they might talk to you nice. They might talk to you cool. They might talk to you calm, could be aggressive. But the point that they're coming to talk to him is to entangle him. And go ahead, keep reading.
Verse 16, and they sent out unto him their disciples with the Herodians, saying, Master, we know that thou art true and teachest.
Now, what the first thing they said? Now remember, they coming to entangle him. But what did they just say?
Master.
They called this man master. Now, do they think he's a master? That's why don't let compliments fool you. I was doing a Car Chronicles yesterday. Tommy Sotomayor said, how do you not get seduced by these women's voices? Because there was a woman on there. Now, thank the Lord, she ended up being a white woman, but I didn't fall for the trap either way. But she sounded sweet on the phone to Tommy anyway. And so Tommy, he's on the phone with me. He was like, Cap, you got to tell me how you do it, man, because you know that sweet, soft voice, man. I might just be nice just because of the voice. So you can't be seduced by a voice. You can't be seduced by a title. These are men, the Pharisees, that want to entangle him. Why they call him a master? To relax him, to let his antennas down. You call somebody hey, what's up, king? That's why I hate that king shit. I hate that king shit. That queen. You sisters that fall for the queen. That's why y'all all up in coats and end up out of town, be butt naked on the damn farm, shitting in the grass. Because he called you queen. Queen. Don't watch. I watched that young Pharaoh thing. That woman, I'm not young Pharaoh. That nature boy thing told them don't wash with water. This bitch was buying Fiji water to shower with. Because nature boy told her don't wash with water. But Fiji is water. But when you say compliments like master, like king, like queen, like this, and all this other old shit, don't fall for that. Keep reading.
Master, we know that thou art true and teachest the way of God in truth.
Whew, they laying it on. Good.
Neither carest thou for any man.
Now, when you read it, you read it like that. But when it said, man, we know you, hey, master, we know you true. You teaching the way of the Lord, and you don't care for none of these niggas out here. You don't care for no man. It don't matter the white man, the black man. You don't care about nobody. That's how they're talking to him. Keep reading.
For thou regardest not the person of men.
Because you ain't got respect to persons. Go ahead.
Verse 17. Tell us, therefore, what thinkest thou?
So we want to know what. Let me drop this on you real quick. Let me drop this drink on you real quick. Go ahead.
Is it lawful to give tribute unto Caesar or not?
So now, the question that they're asking him is the question they ask all of you Israelites that say the white man is the devil. Well, what do you do in America? What do you do? You do pay taxes, but they're not going to use taxes. But what do you do? But you're correct. What do you do in America? No, nobody better not be saluting the flag. I don't know. We don't salute the flag in the air, sis. We don't salute no flag. Young man in the back. Now follow after wait. Right on the subject of taxes. How are you able to pay taxes? You have to have a job. So you all have a job. Y'all haven't been through. How you calling white man the devil, but you working for the white man? You all gonna go, why you got a job? You got a 9 to 5, but the white man is the devil. That's so stupid. Because you have to have a way of life. And what always bugs me out is they never say that to the white people that storm capitals, that argue and fight against Republicans, the Democrats. Their rallies are violent. They preach violence. That's what they're about. So now they can talk about this system and oppression, but we can't. That's how they're treating Christ when they're asking that question. And the whole goal is to trap them, because back then, if you didn't pay taxes and publicly said you're not paying taxes, that's a death penalty offense. That's why they're asking him. So they're asking him, is it lawful to give tribute unto Caesar or not? Now, this is how cold Christ was. Read the next verse.
Verse 18, but Jesus perceived their wickedness.
Yeah, he wasn't impressed. Christ wasn't impressed by their words and smooth words and so-called honest question. Keep going.
And said, why tempt ye me, ye hypocrites? Verse 19, shew me the tribute money. And they unto him a penny. Verse 20, and he said unto them, whose is this image and superscription? Verse 21, they say unto him, Caesar's.
They say unto him, who?
Caesar's.
So this is Caesar's money. This is Caesar's law. Is it unlawful in the Bible to pay taxes?
No.
So why are they even asking him the question? To make him say, because how they perceive it is the same way these Christians and Muslims and atheists, they perceive to entrap us by saying that, that we push F the system, don't do this, don't do that.
To work for the white man?
To work for the white, it doesn't make sense. So they expect us to be against them. They expect Christ to be against them. But he said, whose money is on a penny? Go ahead.
Then said he unto them, render therefore unto Caesar the things which are Caesar's, and unto God the things that are God's.
Now, can anybody show me where? Now, it's not going to say this exactly. So when he says render unto Caesar the things which are Caesar's, and unto God the things which are God's. In the Bible, when we went into captivity, does anybody know a time where we were told, I don't want to say it in a way where you can get it, and I don't want it to be too difficult. Is this in the Bible that we would have to do this?
With tithes?
No, just render. He said, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, and render unto God what is God's. So what that means is, I'm sorry, read the next verse, because that your verse is on 22, right?
21.
21. Okay, so you want to understand what does it mean to render unto Caesar what is Caesar's? Very simple. In America, you pay taxes, right? Would we tell you not to pay taxes? In America, you have to obey the speed limit. Would we tell you to break the speed limit? In America, you can't unalive, you can't sell drugs, would we tell you not to do that? That's rendering unto Caesar what is Caesar's.
Is it only talking about
good?
No, I was gonna say, is it only talking about money, or like Trump?
Their question is on
$250 bill with his face on it.
Their question is only about money. The taxes. I'm expanding so you can understand what render unto Caesar means. There's laws in this system that we will not break. Would we allow two men to marry?
No.
We would not do that, because now we're rendering unto God what is God's. So you render unto Caesar's. Rendering unto Caesar and rendering to God is as simple as this. If it's not breaking the law, statute, commandment, you can obey what the system says. If it's breaking the law, statute, commandments, then you don't have to obey what the system says. It's that simple. All right. So the money, the face on the money, this is their kingdom. The scripture I was talking about in Jeremiah, the 29th chapter, go there real fast. Jeremiah 29, and I think it's verse 4, I believe. Yeah, Jeremiah 29 and 4. And you're going to read 4, and then we're going to jump to 7 in case we got questions. But whoever has it can read it.
Can I read it?
Yeah, do you have it?
Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 4. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, unto all that are carried away captives.
So now he's talking to us as we're carried away captive. Keep going.
Whom I have caused to be carried away from Jerusalem unto Babylon.
Keep going.
Verse 5. Build ye houses and dwell in them. And plant gardens and eat the fruit of them.
So now, as you being carried away into captivity, it doesn't tell you to be homeless and a bum. It tells you to build houses. You know how you're going to build a house? You're going to have to work in that captivity. You're going to have to not be a slave in that captivity, because you got to build a house. You got to dwell in them, plant gardens, and eat the fruit of them. Keep going.
Verse 6. Take ye wives.
Take what?
Take ye wives and beget sons and daughters.
Now you have to build a family structure. You have to be patriarchal and matriarchal. You have to have a mother and father. You got to take wives, beget sons, get daughters. Take wives for your sons, give daughters for your husbands. that ye may increase there. You're not going to increase if you don't work. Don't ever let no Israelite come to you and say, man, we ain't got to work. Even if you live off the land, you working. But living off the land, if it's shit on the land, I can't get over that nature boy. They shitting on the grass and saying that their shit is fertilizer. Y'all know they said that. Yeah, y'all using the toilet system. That's messing up. You supposed to let your shit hit the grass. Ugh. So now you ain't living off the land. You living off the land by what you work. Your 9 to 5, your business. And in the technology world, even being what they call a content creator. But even all those things are work that get you paid. You pay taxes off of what you get paid. That's how you do it, right? Now read verse 7.
Verse 7. And seek the peace of the city whither I have caused you to be carried away.
Now, if you teach to break the city's commandments, that would get you arrested. That would get you thrown in jail. What they wanted Christ to do was get thrown in jail by the Roman Empire, by the Roman armies. So the Roman centurion would come and lock him up, because if he said, I'm not paying taxes to Caesar, I only obey God, they would have locked him up. So I just wanted to show you this verse here so you can see, even as we getting carried away captive, you will pay taxes. You don't even pay taxes. They take taxes, by the way. It ain't like you get your full check and then you give them what you think they should get. They take it automatically. It comes tax cut. But you're going to pay taxes. You gonna say something?
So like I was gonna say, is it from the slave master takes it, the oppressor takes it?
Yeah, that's why we call it a slavery. What this is the work. Like what we do here is the work. That's just your slavery. All right, that answer your question? Most I appreciate it. I'll take any other questions in the room? I'll take the sister first and then I'll take the brother.
Yeah, I had a situation yesterday. I was on a train. I was actually going a different way home. And this white man with the walker got on the train. So I normally don't look at that, but that was a little strange because you don't see that.
You don't see what?
People walking with walkers on those steps and all of that.
Okay.
So he got on the train, and then I'm sitting there minding my business, looking at my phone, and he saw my Shield of David.
The white man.
The white man.
He walked over to you?
No, he just yelled on a crowded train and said, Miss, I got one too.
Mm-hmm. Talk about your chain.
Right.
Okay.
So now I didn't say anything to him about it because I knew that it would embarrass me.
It would embarrass what?
Me.
Okay.
So I kept quiet.
Okay.
Now, what is the protocol for a woman defending her faith when you're being challenged on the train?
Well, what you did was what you should do. That's the protocol, because you wasn't challenged at all. All that devil said was, I got one too. Anybody ever been on a New York train? It's savage. It's savage like. Your antenna should go up, and as long as he stayed over there and he said, I got one too, what you did was absolutely correct. Because that's what a woman should do. Why would a woman shouldn't be looking to engage with any man, but he wasn't engaging with you at all, other than saying, I got one too. And on that train, you said, you could have just nodded. Okay.
I did.
Yeah, and that's it. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. All right. Don't ever, and brothers shouldn't do that either. Sometimes, you don't want to waste your time. It's hard for me, unless it's online where it's a teachable moment. I don't have one-on-one battles with white people in private. I don't do that. So you also don't need to do that. You don't need to entertain that. The goal of a woman is to not endanger herself. You start arguing with a man, even in a woman, in some instances, you can endanger yourself. And on that New York subway, you don't know what he could pull out. Next thing you know, he's stabbing you or fight. The trains, there's horror stories on there. So you did it absolutely the way you're supposed to do it. All right? All right, let's go. What's going on, young man?
So I was Shalom Adawan. My question is with Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 27.
Mm-hmm.
Read it and then ask the question.
Okay, you read.
Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will sow the house of Israel and the house of Judah with the seed of man and with the seed of beast.
Mm-hmm.
What is
read keep reading it.
And verse 28. And it shall come to pass that like as I have watched over them to pluck up and to break down and to throw down and to destroy and to afflict, so will I watch over them to build and to plant, saith the Lord.
So now when he says, I will sow the house of Israel and the house of Judah with the seed of man and with the seed of beast, what is sowing? Planting. So what is he saying he's going to do with Israel?
He's going to plant them with He's going to plant them with the seed of man and the seed of beast.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's saying. It's talking about sewing us together, right? Okay, that's the metaphor. Joining us together. Keep reading. I'm sorry. So now read 28 again.
And it shall come to pass that like as I have watched over them to pluck up and to break down and to throw down and to destroy and to afflict, so will I watch over them to build and to plant, saith the Lord.
Now, why is he saying in verse 28, and it shall come to pass that like as I watched over them to pluck up and to break down and to throw down and destroy and to afflict, so will I watch over them to build, to plant, saith the Lord. Now, what do you think a Christian thinks of this verse? Of the 27th verse, I will sow the house of Israel and the house of Judah with the seed of man and with the seed of beast. What do you think they think that is?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? Anybody? Yeah, speak it up.
Everyone could be saved.
That we're all going to be joined together. That's how they interpret it. Where is Israel outside of the house of Israel and the house of Judah? Where is Israel outside of the house of Israel and the house of Judah?
Scattered.
Yes, scattered. So that seed of man and seed of beast is not talking about other men. It's talking about us where we are. When you read 28, it says, and it shall come to pass that like as I watched over them to pluck up and to break down and to throw down and destroy and afflict, I will watch over them to build and plant. So it's going to be the house of Israel, house of Judah, seed of man, seed of beast, building, right? Now read 29.
In those days they shall, 29, in those days they shall say no more, the fathers have eaten a sour grape, and the children teeth are set on edge.
That's how you know it's not talking about non-Israelites. It's talking about bringing us back together. That's why it says, when it says in those days, they shall say no more, the fathers have eaten sour grapes and the children's teeth are set on edge. The precept for that is Ezekiel, I think it's 16 when it's, let me make sure it's Ezekiel 16. And somebody get Zechariah 10 and 9. Somebody grab that for me. And it's in Ezekiel, is it 16? Let me grab this one, Ezekiel. But it's a sour grape. Ezekiel 18. In Ezekiel 18, he mentions the same proverb that Jeremiah is talking about. It says, Ezekiel 18:2 says, what mean ye that use this proverb concerning the land of Israel, saying the fathers have eaten sour grapes and the children's teeth are set on edge? Grape by nature is supposed to be natural, supposed to be sweet, supposed to be good. The sour grapes is when you eat something sour, it turns your stomach. So the metaphor is the fathers have eaten sour grapes, therefore the children's teeth are set on edge. We don't have nothing to eat. So we don't have that proverb no more. So in Jeremiah 31 and 28, when I go back to it, let me get back to it. when it says, read the end of Jeremiah 31 and 28. I hate when I bring my MacBook to class. I prefer my Windows computer. So when it says in 29 rather, they shall say no more, the fathers have eaten sour grapes and the children's feet are set on edge. That can happen this day. In this day, we are the fathers that once ate sour grapes, or our fathers ate the sour grapes, and we're the children of them fathers. But we can't use that proverb no more because the Lord is sewing us together today. That's exactly what he's doing. Who has Zechariah 10 and 9? Somebody grab Zechariah 10 and 9 and read that for me, please. Zechariah. You gotta have a mic though. Yadazar.
Zechariah chapter 10, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
And I will sow them among the people.
Mm-hmm.
They shall remember me in far countries.
And where?
Far countries.
So when you say I was saying sowing us amongst the people, so the house of Israel, the house of Judah, is sold amongst the people and amongst the beasts. He's going to do what in the far countries?
I will sow them among the people,
mm-hmm.
and shall remember me in far countries.
And we're going to remember him in the far countries. Go ahead.
And they shall live with their children,
mm-hmm.
and turn again.
Now go back to Jeremiah 31. So now you understand 27. Do we need to go further down, or do you understand now? Okay, no sweat. All right, I'll take any other questions in the room. All right, I'll take the questions online. I'll show y'all.
Come on. Atlanta has a question.
Come on, Atlanta. What you got?
Yo, shalom, sir. Shalom. So, Lakia, sir, if I could, I got two questions. One is in Malachi chapter 2 and verse 14. The wife in this precept, is this talking about the truth?
Is that the wife of your youth?
The wife of thy covenant.
Read it. Yeah, that's the wife of the youth. Yeah, good.
Come on, sir. It says, yet ye say, wherefore? Because the Lord hath witness between thee and the wife of thy youth,
mm-hmm.
against whom thou hast dealt treacherously,
mm-hmm.
yet is she thy companion and the wife of thy covenant.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is talk about us profaning the covenant. So the wife is the truth. That's why it says the wife of that covenant. To be more specific, that wife, you can say that wife is the law. Because what does it say? It says we have dealt treacherously with that wife, right?
Come on.
How have we dealt treacherously with it? What?
By breaking it.
By breaking the commandments. That's how we dealt treacherously with it. That's also a precept for who can blow my mind, as General Hyman would say. This wife of thy youth is a precept for. Come on, man. Y'all have this. No. No. That's the cheat code. He know every scripture in the Bible. Y'all don't know Shema. I don't know every scripture in the Bible. Y'all just are? That's right. This is a direct precept when it says the bishop must be blameless, the husband of one wife. Because if this is your wife of the youth, what are you to the wife? Y'all scared to say? Y'all scared to talk today? If this is your wife, you are the
husband.
Why y'all act like y'all scared to talk? Y'all all right? Are y'all all right in here? Jesus Christ, man. Y'all know, General Hyman, he put the fear of everything. I'm not the guy. Y'all can answer me. But that's important to understand that. So in Timothy, when it says the husband of one wife, what does it? Read that verse again, Micah 2 and 14. Read that verse again.
Come on. Mm-hmm. Yet ye say, wherefore? Because the Lord hath been witness between thee and the wife of thy youth, mm-hmm. against whom thou hast dealt treacherously.
So now, in this metaphor, how many wives are you supposed to have in this metaphor?
One.
So if they dealt treacherously, what did they do in this metaphor?
Get another wife.
They gathered other wives or other beliefs. That's how they dealt treacherously with her. They dealt treacherously by leaving their wife of their youth and going to get with these abominable wives. Yeah, 12. Come. There's another good precept for this is I think it's in the Proverbs when it says refrain from a strange woman. I think it's in Proverbs. Let me see if I can find that one for you. Did you need any more on that verse?
Nah, sir. Not on that one. But I do have a question on another one if I could, sir.
You got a question? I know you got a question on another script. Do you have a question on this scripture anymore?
Salaki, you broke up.
I said, did you need more? I want and go to Proverbs. Let me make sure. 5 and 20.
Come.
And it's a couple of scriptures that you can use for this. All right, read that.
Come. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 5, verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
And why wilt thou, my son,
start at verse 19. Start at verse 19.
Come. Verse 19. Let her be as the loving.
Salaki. Start at give me 1 second. Read verse 18. This is going to tell you directly. This is directly what you can use for the bishop and the understanding of the wife of thy youth. Read 5 and start at Proverbs 5 and 18.
Come, verse 18. Let thy fountain be blessed, and rejoice with the wife of thy youth.
See, it's using that same phrasing, right?
Come. Verse 19. Let her be as the loving hind in pleasant roe. Let her breast satisfy thee at all times.
Listen, you don't need to go outside the Bible to get no way to understand how to talk to your woman. It tell you everything and what you're supposed to do. It said, let her be as a loving hind, pleasant roe. Let her breast satisfy thee at all times. Now, this is giving you a physical understanding of the wife of thy youth. Malachi is giving you the spiritual understanding. This is how you know that they're going to marry together. Because most people will, when I said it's treacherous if you deal with the other wives, they're going to think it's about multiple wives. But it's a certain type of woman that you can deal treacherously. What are the women that they dealt treacherously with in Malachi? Give me some examples. Sis? That's not correct. Who? No. Yeah, Yaduzar? Is it more than one mic? Keep on. Is it? Yeah.
So, like, sure, in Malachi, the priests went and sacrificed unto other.
Right. So that's what I'm asking. So what would the wives be? Like, give them to me. The
wives will be the gods of the other nations.
Okay, if you teaching, don't say that. That's true. You're not wrong. You got to say shit like Christianity, Islam, Egyptology, all the stuff in the prayers, Baal. So back then, the other wives, and the reason why that's important in the metaphor is to understand in the spirit what is being said in the flesh. What we're reading in Proverbs, you can look at that as the flesh. What we're reading in Malachi is in the spirit. Both of them are saying the same exact thing, because in Malachi, it is a sin to get with other nations' gods, right? Keep that in your head. Keep reading Proverbs, brother.
Come. And be thou ravished always with her love.
Man, let that sizzle in your spirit. Be ravished always with her love. Go ahead.
Verse 20. And why wilt thou, my son, be ravished with a strange woman?
Now, what's a strange woman? What is a strange woman?
Christianity.
Well, no. This is the flesh. What is a strange woman? No. Boy, don't ever say that publicly. What is a strange woman? I'm glad you wasn't on mic. I'm glad he did not have the mic when he said that right there. What is a strange woman? There you go. A white woman. Y'all gotta stop talking. You don't have to say woman of another nation in here. and you want to get in the habit of saying a white woman, an African, a Chinese, talk like you're going to talk in the street. That's how you want to talk. Don't talk like you think what I want to hear. What I want to hear is how, like if you say one of another nation, you say that to a nigga in the world, he ain't gonna understand it. He gonna say we all one nation, so I'm good. Got to be specific. So when you talking, when you're answering, you want to get in the habit. It's like any type of training. If you're in the gym, if you trying to master chess, if you're trying to master computers, you're going to talk in that language so you can do it in real time. So in this real time, the spirits in Malachi 2, Baal, Egyptology, Christianity, that's the wives that's how we dealt treacherously with the wife of our youth. In Proverbs, that you got you an Israelite woman, instead of being ravished by her, you go get ravished by some stinking African or some ugly white woman that don't even wash her feet. I saw an argument they on the news talk about they don't wash their feet. They don't wash their legs. They just let the water run down in the shower, and the water running down is cleaning their legs.
I saw a whole scientific breakdown where two Edomites tried to say they don't need to do that and broke down the whole science on why they didn't believe they needed to wash their legs.
That's a strange thing, man. You got, I don't know, sisters, they in the shower about 25 minutes. A sister don't take a short shower. They don't. I ain't never seen a sister get in the shower and hop right out yet. I ain't never seen it. So that's what the strange woman is. So you understand that?
Come on, sir. The water, sir.
You said you had a second question too, right?
Come, yes, sir. It's on the book. It's in the book of Song of Solomon, 1 and 5. Salaki, sir, if I may. I heard this battle, and someone explained this, and like when I kind of read it, they said that this actually was a description of Solomon's wives, and they followed up with the rebuttal that Solomon's actual his actual description was in 5 and 10. How would you battle that?
You said the actual description was what?
They said it was in Song of Solomon, verse 5 and 10. But when I read,
what does Song of Solomon 5 and 10 say?
Come. The book of Song of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 10. My beloved is white and ruddy, the chiefest among 10,000.
So now what were they saying about Solomon?
Right here?
Yeah, who was you battling on a white person?
It was a white boy.
So what do you think he's saying Solomon is?
This is his countenance. This is like his
No, I'm not no. That's not what I'm asking. He brought you to this verse to say what about Solomon?
That he's white, or that he's
because it says white and ruddy, right?
Come.
Yeah, that white man's stupid. So when Song of Solomon, y'all know Solomon itself is a duet. So it could be a verse where Solomon is speaking, a verse where the woman is speaking. That's the whole Solomon. That is poetry between Solomon and his wives. The reason why that white man wants you to go to Song of Solomon 5 and 10 is why? Why?
To prove that he's trying to say he's not black.
Right. That's his point. He don't give a damn about Song of Solomon 1 and 5 at all, because he read Song of Solomon 5 and 10, and because it says white and ruddy, that's what he wants to believe about Solomon. So Song of Solomon 1 and 5 is Solomon speaking of himself, and then his wife comes and then she speaks of herself. It's a duet between them two. That's as simple as it could be. You can even get in the book Nature Knows No Color Line. Most Jewish rabbis admit that Solomon, but they normally say Solomon was black at that time, but then, you know, the Israelites, when they traveled and they came up in the caves, well, not the cave, when they went up in colder climates, their melanin changed. That's the argument they normally use. What I would focus on is Song of Solomon 5 and 10 is not describing color at all. And then Song of Solomon 1 and 5. Now, when he says, I am black, but comely as the daughters of, as the tents of Kedar, so as the daughters of Solomon, he's talking about himself in third person, which you can see when Christ says, the foxes have holes, but the Son of Man has no place to lay his head. he's the Son of Man that he's talking about. He's just talking about himself in third person. But that is absolutely Solomon saying he's black but comely.
Come on. The water, sir.
Hey, no sweat. Any other questions?
Sir, that was it. The water, sir. Appreciate it. Sir.
Next.
Come on. Norfolk, Virginia got a question.
What's like? We got one question. Inga. What's up, about? If y'all know y'all gonna speak, you know what y'all should be doing, right?
Well, quick, sir. So I just wanted to make this comment about the word in the Hebrew, which is Tazak, and it means bright.
Which word? You gotta say which word you're talking about.
The word white.
Okay, go ahead.
So it's from dazzling, that is sunny, bright, figuratively evident, clear. So just for context, sir.
The water.
Norfolk, Virginia's on the screen. So.
What's going on, Norfolk? We can't hear you out. Can't hear you. Oh, they working it out.
You can hear me now, Cap?
Yeah, I can hear you now, Rob.
All right, shalom, y'all. What's going on, Cap?
What's going on, brother?
Not much to watch, sir. I got a question on Jude 1 and 9. I'm gonna read it for you, sir. Book of Jude 1 and 9. Yet Michael, the archangel, when contending with the devil, he disputed about the body of Moses, durst not bring against him a railing accusation, but said, the Lord rebuked thee. Okay, sir. My question is, what did it mean when he said he durst not bring against him a railing accusation?
That's an excellent question, brother. So now they're disputing over the body of Moses, right?
Come on.
We know the mistake that Moses made. He struck that rock at Meribah, right? And because of that mistake, he could not enter into the kingdom, right? So when Michael and the devil is disputing over the body, does the devil, or I'll just say, does Satan have a point about what he's saying about Moses?
Come on, sir.
And who knows he has a point?
The Most High?
Nope, you can't say the Most High. It cannot be the Most High because we don't read the Most High.
Okay, come on.
Who knows that he has a point?
Michael.
That's why he said he's not. So as they're disputing over it, he ain't bringing no accusation against Satan. Michael ain't saying, Satan, you wrong. So he says, the Lord rebuked thee, meaning the Father. Hey, step in, man. Because Satan has a right to say what he's saying. Hey, Moses did these things, but he did this too. So that's the contention between the two of them. Go to Zechariah 3. Go to Zechariah 3 and 3. Go to Zechariah 3 and 1 and 2.
Come on. The book of Zechariah 3 and 1. And he showed me Joshua, the high priest, standing before the angel of the Most High, and Satan standing at his right hand to resist him.
And what?
To resist him.
So now, what you're reading in Jude is in the spirit of what's taking place in the flesh. Joshua is the one standing there dealing with the body of Moses, how to bury him. And you got Satan on one hand to resist him and the angel of the Lord on the other side. Read verse 2.
Come on, verse 2. And the Most High said unto Satan, the Most High rebuked thee, O Satan. Even the Most High that have chosen Jerusalem rebuke thee. Is not this a brand plucked out of the fire?
So now that's the latter part. When Michael says the Lord rebuked thee, that's him doing that in the name of the Most High. So Zechariah is giving you the physical thing that's taking place in the spirit world, what Joshua has to deal with. Who makes the decision? Joshua. But so that's what's taking place right there. Am I answering your question, or just making sure I explain it to you right?
Come on.
No sweat. Now read the verse. Now go back to Jude.
Come on, cousin.
And read the verse after that. That's verse 10. So now, because the point that Paul is bringing this up, right? Paul is not Jude is not bringing this up because he want to talk about that. Jude is bringing this up for a different point. The point that he's trying to make, before you read that verse, read verse 3.
Verse 3. Come on, concert. The book of Jude, 1 verse 3. Beloved, when I gave all diligence to write unto you of the common salvation, it was needful for me to write unto you and exhort you that ye should earnestly contend for the faith which was once delivered unto the saints.
Now, it's important. Remember, it's important that you earnestly contend for the faith which was once delivered to the saints. Read verse 4.
Verse 4. For there are certain men crept in unawares, who were before of old ordained to this condemnation, ungodly men, turning the grace of our power into lasciviousness, and denying the only most high God, most high power, and our Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach.
So now everything that you read is to warn you of ungodly men ordained for condemnation, trying to turn the grace of our God into lasciviousness, to turn the grace of the Most High into nastiness, adultery, fornication, all type of absurdity that would take place. So when you read 5, 6, and 7, he's giving you a remembrance of things that happened in the past. When he brings up 9, that's when he says, yet Michael. So now, for time's sake, when you read 5, 6, and 7, it puts you in remembrance what happened in Egypt, what happened in the time of the garden, what happened in the time of Sodom and Gomorrah. Then when he said, verse 8 says, likewise, also these filthy dreamers defile the flesh, despise dominion, and speak evil of dignities. Speaking evil of dignities is like speaking evil of powers. Like today, they'll tell you there's such thing as fallen angels. Now, there's fallen angels because if angels can sin, who else can sin? We can sin. You can't even help it. If the angels couldn't obey God, how you gonna obey God? Right. So when he says that, that's why he says, yet Michael, when contending with the devil, he disputed about the body of Moses, did not bring a railing accusation against him. So the point of that is not so much what took place with the body of Moses, but more so that Michael didn't say nothing evil against Satan disputing over the body. Now read verse 10.
Verse 10. But these speak evil of those things which they know not.
But we speak evil of things which we know not. We speak evil of things that we don't understand. We speak evil of these fallen angels and stuff like that and try to destroy the grace and mercy of the Most High. You got brothers that say keep the law and say don't keep the law. White man can be saved. White man can't be, white man can't be saved. And a white man can be saved. Joseph is not the father of Christ. It's so easy for us to speak evil of those things. So he's pointing out how if Michael didn't speak evil of Satan, why are you speaking evil against the law? Why are you speaking evil against the Most High? Why are you speaking evil against the scriptures? Keep going.
But what they know naturally as brute beasts.
Drop the verse 11.
So like it, sir.
Drop the verse 11.
Verse 11. Woe unto them. For they have gone in the way of Cain and ran greedily after the error of Balaam for reward.
And did what?
And ran greedily after the error of Balaam for reward.
And ran greedily for reward. The men and women that you see that turn you away from the truth, whether it's Islam, Christianity, fake Israelite groups, whatever it is, they ran greedily for a reward from Baal, or today a reward from the white man. It's that simple. You understand?
Go to one concept, the water, sir.
Hey, no sweat out. Next. I'm sorry, was that all your questions, brother?
One con, sir. Come on, one con, sir.
Sweat, I appreciate it. No sweat, all right. Next.
We got a couple of super chats.
Okay.
Get those real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Jim's 93 sent $9.99 and asked, can you break down Romans 11:24?
I sure can. Thank you to Jims for the question on Romans 11 and 24.
Romans 11 and verse 24. For if thou wert cut out of the olive tree, which is wild by nature, and wert grafted contrary to nature into a good olive tree, how much more shall these, which be the natural branches, be grafted into their own olive tree?
Let me tell you something, man. Paul knew what he was doing. I think Paul. I think the Most High too, though. Because if Paul didn't write the way that he wrote, we would never have this New Testament. The letters of Paul, we never had them shits. We would never have. We would never have none of the scriptures if it was so easy to understand. And Romans, the 11th chapter, is one of them chapters that if all else fails for a Christian trying to save white people, I'm talking about right now. My nigga. Yeah, in about 20 minutes. If all else fails for a Christian that cannot save the white man, the wild olive tree is where they go. Capt and goddamn Tazaryach out in California, and Capt Tazaryach just did an excellent breakdown of Romans 11th chapter. Make sure you check it out, right? So now read the first verse in Romans 11th chapter.
Romans 11 and verse 1. I say then, hath God cast away his people? God forbid.
Now we have a subject matter, right? Have God cast away his people? God forbid. Read.
For I also am an Israelite.
For he's what?
I also am an Israelite.
Because he's an Israelite. Go ahead.
Of the seed of Abraham. Of the tribe of Benjamin.
He knew his tribe. Now read 26.
Verse 26. And so all Israel shall be saved.
So now we got the first verse. You got the olive tree in the middle. And then the summation of it is what? What does it say?
And so all Israel shall be saved. As it is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob.
Read the next one more verse.
For this is my covenant unto them.
Covenant unto who?
Unto them.
Unto who?
Unto them.
So now, if you don't understand the wild olive tree, if it's too grafted in contrary to nature, the root and the fatness and Gentiles and all, if you don't understand nothing at all, you know that the subject is, had God cast away his people, God forbid, and the summation is, so all Israel shall be saved as it is written. So if this was about bringing all nations together, it wouldn't be no mention to say all Israel shall be saved. It would say so everybody would be saved, right? That's important to understand that. So before you read 11 and 24, to show y'all how the tree got wild, and y'all make sure y'all put these in your notes, because this would be a very quick cut, right? Go to Jeremiah, the 11th chapter. Let's see how the tree got wild. Go to Jeremiah, the 11th chapter and the 16th verse. Anybody got it?
Jeremiah.
If you're going to read, just grab a mic. Now, y'all done been in class long enough to where if you know you're going to read. Now, I don't care. You know why I would say this to y'all like that? Because I hate when y'all make General Miami wait. It's just a pet peeve of mine. When y'all know y'all going to talk, just get the mic. Simple task. There's 2 mics out there. All right? Don't y'all keep doing it to me. Just don't do it to General Miami. All right? Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 11, verse
16.
The Lord called thy name a green olive tree, fair and
start at 15 so they can understand. Start at 15.
Jeremiah chapter 11, verse 15. What had my beloved to do in mine house, seeing she had wrought lewdness with many, and the holy flesh is passed from thee?
Now, what the Lord is saying is, what have I to do with mine house? Because we have committed lewdness with many. That is going on. You know, people make the Bible like a utopia sometimes, like the children of Israel was these holy, righteous, God-fearing people. That's just not true. You read about our disobedience all throughout, which is why nobody should be surprised. When people say they want to take it back to the Bible days, it is. Because the same way the children of Israel was disobedient back then, we are being disobedient right now. You know how you know we're being disobedient? Because Christ is not here. If we were obedient, Christ would be here. And so now he's saying they commit this lewdness with many. That many is the same belief systems, the same races you love, the same people you want to sleep with no matter what. Then it said, keep reading it.
And the holy flesh is passed from thee. When thou doest evil, then thou rejoicest.
And you rejoice at the evil that you do, which is what we do all days. Now, because we did that, read verse 16.
Verse 16. The Lord called thy name, a green olive tree, fair and of goodly fruit. With the noise of a great tumult, he hath kindled fire upon it, and the branches of it are broken.
The branches of what?
Broken.
That now, now keep this in mind, because they'll tell you the branches that are broken or branches that are being grafted back in are non-Israelites. But we're reading in Jeremiah 11 and 16, the branches of Israel are broken off of that tree. Everybody follow me? Now go back to Romans 11, and I want you to read verse Romans 11. He wanted 24. Start at now we're going to skip just a couple of verses, but I want you to read. You're going to read 16, 17, and let me do 24, and then 23. All right.
Romans 11 and 16. For if the first fruit be holy, the lump is also holy. And if the root be holy, so are the branches.
So even though the branches are broken off, because they were once attached to the root, they're holy. You would have to ask the fake Israelites and the Christians, when were non-Israelites ever a part of the branch? They were not. But we can read where the children of Israel was broken off the branch. That's why he's even using this as a metaphor, because he doesn't have a New Testament. He only has the Old Testament. So he's reading Jeremiah and the branches are broken off and using that as a metaphor to explain those branches being allowed to come back in. Keep going.
And if some of the branches be broken off, and thou, being a wild olive tree, wert grafted among them, and with them partakest of the root and fatness of the olive tree.
Now, read verse
verse 23.
No, not 23 yet. Read so now when it says, and some of the branches are broken off, and thou being a wild olive tree, because even though some of the branches are broken off, are all the branches broken off? No. There's some branches that still remain. Metaphorically, it would be Judah would still remain, Benjamin would still remain, Levi would still remain. The other branches are gone. That's why I'm saying, and some of the branches being broken off. Now thou a wild olive tree. Can you imagine a tree with broke branches? You ever seen a tree that started off full? It's broken, now it's burned. So you maybe half the trees and branches are broken off, and that's an ugly ass tree. That's a wild tree. What you want to say?
I want to say, why is it that
She got a mic.
Israelites want the non-Israelites to be a part of the promise?
You ever heard of Stockholm Syndrome?
Yeah.
You know what Stockholm Syndrome is?
Yeah, it's when somebody loves something that they shouldn't, but because they've been traumatized, they end up loving it instead of hating.
Look, explain. Look, you're on it. Stockholm Syndrome is like if someone enslaves me in the basement, and all they do is beat me every day. I can't come up. I can't get up. I have no stuff, nothing. Then one day, I do something and they give me a cookie for it. or they give me ice cream for it, or they let me come upstairs and sit for a couple of hours. What I would do to be able to sit up there for a couple of hours all the time, I would save them. When someone would come and say, man, you got to separate from it, I can't separate from it because I'm trained, because I'm disciplined. That's what they know. You know, Stockholm is not even about us. Stockholm is in Germany, I believe. Right? Sweden? Stockholm is in Sweden, where a white woman went and robbed banks after she was kidnapped by the kidnappers. And they had her kidnapped so long that she began to take up their fight. Like, make no mistake, Stockholm syndrome is not black, or it's not scientists understanding black people's pain. It's them understanding their pain. And then we just take it and we can apply it to us, because it's only when they feel their pain that we can see ours. So Stockholm syndrome was from a white woman teaming with these bank robbers, and they couldn't understand it. Hence the term Stockholm. That's black people. Black people cannot see a heaven that white people are not there with them, because the white man give them a gift. They going crazy because I think a pope apologized for slavery. What the fuck is that? Listen, Germany, Japan. What you want to say, something? Go.
If I may, so I just saw this just now that the president of Ghana accepted the apology of the Pope when the Hamites were part of the whole thing.
Now, Jewish people, Jewish people accepted the apology. They got money. Listen to what I'm saying. Jewish people accepted the apology. They got money. They got land. Japanese got money. Everybody got money when something was done wrong to them. Black people, hey man, I'm sorry. Oh, thank you. And then the further slap in the face is the Hamite. The Hamite. Now I bet you what. Now, how much you want to bet that Hamite got money? Mm-hmm. So how does the nigga from Ghana get to accept the apology for slavery, and then black people get what? What do we get? Nothing. But we won't fight for nothing, because you can't see I was just saying this in my Car Chronicles earlier. When fake Israelites leave their truth, they begin to talk against the Israelites in preference of the white people they once hated. Because you can't escape the love. Like, ISUPK the only place I know that escaped the love of white people. I don't really know no other place that truly escapes the love. We escape the love of everybody. I don't know if y'all know. Listen, I could say this because I'll be in like other circles with a lot of different people, whether it's Israelite, Christians, atheists, or whatever like that. But I don't give a fuck about none of that. What I mean by that is I can say what I want, because the only voices that matter are the men that outrank me. So if everybody outside of ISUPK was to say, we ain't messing with Tazaryach no more, I'm fine with that. That's what this school did. This school created a safe haven to be you, to be an Israelite, keep the law, statute, commandments, and not worry about the affliction or jealousy or envy or rage that comes with it. Outside of here, I don't know a place that has created that has cultivated a culture where we're not trying to bend to the will of no race, no group, no faction. We don't want to kumbaya with nobody. That's the freedom that we have. But to answer your question, sis, black people don't have that freedom. They don't have true freedom. When Christ says, ye shall know the truth and the truth shall make you free, when it means separating from the white man, it's like, I don't know. Because I know little Timmy and little James and little Lily. You telling me they can't make it? When it's not even about Timmy. It's not about Lily. It's just about white people. Because that's what Stockholm syndrome does. Right? So now read verse 20. Read 20. His question was 24. Read 23.
Verse 23. And they also, if they abide not still in unbelief, shall be grafted in. For God is able to graft them in again.
Now, you see how it says graft them in again? What does that mean? That means they were once already there. So if they were there before, that's how you know it's not talking about non-Israelites. Now read 24, because that's where his question is at.
For if thou wert cut out of the olive tree, which is wild by nature, and wert grafted contrary to nature into a good olive tree, how much more shall these, which be the natural branches, be grafted into their own olive tree?
Into what?
Into their own olive tree.
Into what?
Into their own olive
tree. So this is their tree. Even though they're a branch, it's their tree. So you need 23 and 24 to understand. So 23 let you now. The reason why I broke the whole thing down, because I know what Romans the 11th chapter does to you Christians out there, to you Israelites out there. That's why I went so long with it. If it, in the simplest form, verse 23 says he can graft them back in again, which means they was already attached to it. Verse 23 rather. Verse 24, for if thou were cut out of the olive tree, which is wild by nature, that's what makes the tree wild, and were grafted in contrary to nature. Grafted in contrary to nature, you couldn't take a tree limb and attach it to a tree. That's what makes it wild. Because a tree, the only way, if a limb breaks off a tree, the only way you're gonna put that same limb back on is to get some tape, some glue, put that tree back on. It has to grow new limbs. That's why it's saying contrary to nature, because nature, it fell off, is gone. So when it says grafted back into their own tree, it's just saying how much more good is it for us to be together. Now, take the trees out the equation. How much is it good that only 2.5 tribes of Israel survive, or that all 12 tribes survive? I think it's good if all 12. How much? That's what that's saying. How much better that all the trees, all the branches be attached back to the tree. The natural branches that's already there, the branches that was once broken off are come back. That's better, because isn't it better that the tree be whole? Because what story would be remembered? Do you want the story to be remembered that, yeah, it was 12 tribes, man, they bust them down to 2.5? Or do you want the story of, man, it was 12 tribes, man, them brothers fought each other, broke up, but you know what? Them brothers came back together. You ever see that movie? There's a movie, The Harder They Fall, right? In the movie, The Harder They Fall, it's a movie with Idris Elba. What's the sister? She's a good female actress too. I can't remember her name. Who? Regina King. This nigga know outside the world too. So I know everything. Regina King, and it's about it's a Western movie, and it starts off with Idris Elba coming into this family, unaliving the man and unaliving the woman. And then putting a blade cross in the little boy's head, right? You don't really know much of the story outside of that. And then so the little boy grows up to be just like Idris Elba. He's a bank robber, and his whole point is to get vengeance against Idris Elba. When it gets to the end, when Idris Elba tells the story, and I would listen, I got so engulfed in this, I hated the ending. I'm gonna tell you the ending I would have liked. I'm gonna tell it now. When it got to the end of the story, Idris Elba's in there, and the brother, the white man, what's the brother he loved them white women? Well, he don't love them no more. They chased him down the street. The brother they chased, Jonathan Majors. So Jonathan Majors is now the grown man coming to unalive Idris Elba. Idris Elba sits there and tell him the story how the man that his father that he unalived was Idris's father. And Idris used to beat the hell out of his mother and then unalived his mother. So the reason why Idris shot the man, Jonathan Major's father, because that was his father. He's revealing they brothers. And he did that as an act of vengeance because of what his father did. You know what I hoped? I hoped that when Jonathan Majors find out that that's his brother, that they would have been brothers. You know how cold that shit would have been if they would have just been if they would have just turned the story. That's a greater story than Jonathan Majors unaliving, getting the vengeance, and now it's just only one brother, because it don't build brotherhood, it just builds more vengeance. So when it comes to Northern Kingdom, Southern Kingdom, or the nation, the 12 tribes of Israel, that's why it says grafted in. It says, how much more shall these be, which the natural branches be grafted back in? That in the further verse, it says, let me see if I can scroll. I don't see a verse I'm looking for in here, but that's the better story. The better story is for all 12 tribes to come together, and that's what Paul is doing. Paul is showing you how, yes, we fell. These Israelites fell, these Israelites fell, but if the root be holy, so are the branches, and so all Israel shall be saved, as it is written. It's that simple. All right? I hope I answered this question. I'll take the next question.
Another super chat. A brother sent in $6.99 Canadian dollars. Cap, can you help me break down? Can the brother send in his Canadian?
Yeah, man. It's just funny that you said it like that, man. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Can you help me break down what is lawful to do on the weekly Sabbath? Can we cook food, for example?
Who can cook food on the Sabbath?
Who can't?
Can't. Who cannot cook food on the Sabbath? Don't nobody know this answer? Y'all gonna struggle out there. Who cannot cook food on the Sabbath?
Someone who cooked for a job, a slave.
That's right. If your slavery is working for the master, he cannot make you cook on the Sabbath. But can the master cook on the Sabbath? Why? No, it's not true. Why can the master cook on the Sabbath?
It's a job.
That's right, because that's not servile work. Servile work is exactly what it means. What you serve, the master you serve, you don't work for him on that day. Listen, y'all be talking about cooking. If your wife said move that couch, can you move the couch on the Sabbath? Can you pick your baby up on the Sabbath? Not hell no, you can't. Not if it's certain, not the way these niggas treat the Sabbath. You can't cook food. You can't change diapers. Can you make the formula for your baby? When them 2 hours is up, when them 3 hours is up, and baby need that milk, can you make formula on y'all? See, y'all be so stuck on stupid shit with cooking. Can you make formula? Can you change the diaper? If your kid want to run around and play, can you run around and play? Can you sweat?
You're gonna be in the dark anyway, trying to make that formula.
Yeah, you're gonna be in the dark. You can't even cut the light on. Stop letting. Listen, I want y'all to know, for the Israelites that push this that hard, y'all are Judaists. You're not even Torah only followers. And because you know what the Judaism, you know what the small hats do? They make the servants work on the Sabbath. They like, I ain't cutting that light on, you cut that light on. That's what they do. So yes, you can cook on the Sabbath. That is not your slavery, man. Can you have sex on the Sabbath? I knew Shalal Yahweh was gonna say. He said he ain't need a mic. He ain't even wait for the mic for that one. Come. Can you sleep on the Sabbath? You know, sleep is pleasure. Can you sleep on the Sabbath? Like, I want to know what y'all do all day on the Sabbath. Like, do y'all just be sitting, oh, we can't read, we can't do nothing. You know how oppressive that is? You know what you be doing? You be watching the clock all day. Oh, we only got an hour left. Y'all be treating that shit like Day of Atonement. Y'all be on Day of Atonement, can't eat for them 24 hours. Hey, do you go on Facebook on the Sabbath? I know y'all ain't going on Facebook on the Sabbath. And Instagram, you picking up your phone? Man, come on, man. Give me the next question. Appreciate the donation, though, brother. Give me the next question.
Come on. And also a super chat from Officer Kawak. No question, just $4.99.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate it, brother. All right.
We got a question from Salakia, from Officer Sharat in Florida. A quick question. He was having sound issues, so he sent it to me. From Numbers 35 and 28. Why does he have to wait till the high priest dies? What's the significance?
Who?
So Numbers 35 and 28.
Who has to wait? Numbers what?
35 and 28.
Okay. But who's the he that has to wait?
You want me to read the verse?
Yeah.
Come.
I thought he would have asked.
Numbers 35 and 28. Because he should have remained in the city of his refuge until the death of the high priest. But after the death of the high priest, the slayer shall return into the land of his possession.
Don't do Jenna Jaime like this either. You want to ask the question in a better context. You want to say, because the slayer, you got to go up to trying to see where it starts with the slayer. 24. Because this is talk about a city of refuge for accidental unaliving. Read, this is where they get those sanctuary cities from. Go to Numbers 35 and 15.
Numbers 35 and 15.
Mm-hmm.
These 6 cities shall be a refuge, both for the children of Israel and for the stranger, and for the sojourner among them, that everyone that killeth any person unawares may flee thither.
Okay, so now let's talk about somebody that unalives someone unawares, meaning that's a self-defense killing. Even though the killer is in self-defense, never think that the family that lost a loved one don't want vengeance. That's why they need a sanctuary city, right? Read for 16
or 16. And
wait, I don't know if you need wait because it talks about that being murderer. So now when you read 16 through 19, it talks about if he smite him with the instrument of iron, he's a murderer. Smite him with a throwing stone, he's a murderer. Smite him with a weapon, he's a murderer. Revenger of blood of himself. The revenger of blood himself shall slay the murderer. When he meeteth him, he shall slay him. But if he thrust him of hatred or hurl him, wait until he die. Then 23, I'm sorry, not 20, 24 says, then the congregation shall judge between the slayer and revenger of blood according to these judgments. And the congregation shall deliver the slayer out of the hand of the revenger of blood, and the congregation shall restore him to the city of refuge, whether he was fled, and he shall abide into it unto death of the high priest, which was anointed of holy oil. That's his question, right?
Come on.
Because the high priest gave the order. Once that high priest gives the order, that order is null and void once he passes away, because the next high priest may not keep that order. That's all.
Okay.
All right.
Is the revenger of blood, is that like executioner?
Yes. That's what the revenger of blood is. All right. Next question.
So we got a question from Montreal.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Shalom, Cap. Yabashim Shabakatah.
Yabashim Shabakatah. What's going on?
Everything to WAP, sir.
I'm good to go. What's going on?
If I could, just 2 quick questions. One of them is a breakdown of Daniel chapter 8, verse 3. If I could, I don't want.
Okay.
It says, then I lifted up mine eyes and saw, and behold, there stood before the river a ram, which had 2 horns, and the 2 horns were high, but one was higher than the other, and the higher came up last. My question is, what does this ram and the 2 horns represent?
I'll probably have to ask Jenna Hyman about the Rams, all right?
Kawakan, sir.
Mm-hmm.
My other question is in Exodus chapter 32, when they were making the golden calf, basically, did Aaron make the golden calf because he lost faith or because he was scared of the people?
Exodus 32, which verse did he make him make the ram?
So like in Exodus chapter 32, I can start at verse 2, or for context, verse 1. And when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down out of the mount, the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron and said unto him, up, make us gods, which shall go before us, for as for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we wot not what is become of him. Verse 2, and
So
Aaron
what-
said,
so now repeat your question again.
The question is, did Aaron make did Aaron make the golden calf for the people because he was scared of them, or because he lost faith himself?
I wouldn't say scared, but I would say peer pressure.
Karawakan, sir.
That's what I would say.
Karawakan, sir.
Moses was the strength. Aaron was the backup of that strength. Moses is gone, so Aaron doesn't have the strength that he has when Moses gets there. That's all. Aaron gave in to the peer pressure of the people.
Karawakan, sir. One.
No sweat.
That was it.
All right. Next question.
Karawakan. Got a question in the comments. Shalom, young man Tim checking in from Oklahoma. Got a question, Cap. Did Peter commit sin when he denied Christ? And if so, what's the law that he violated?
No, when you talk about when he denied him thrice, well, Yahweh told him that he would do that. Peter had a moment of fear. That's what Peter had. Fear can make you say things that you wish you had not. So I wouldn't say that he sinned, because Peter was the rock. Peter still received the Holy Spirit, so I would not say that he sinned. I can't read where it said he sinned. We can read where Yahweh told him he would do it. And and that's the most important lesson. Like Peter, I think, give me where Peter said, he basically said, I'll die for you. And Christ said, before the cock crows, I think that's the exact phrase he said, before the cock crows, you would deny me 3 times. That's diabolical to know that. To tell that to somebody. And Peter, because Peter was talking big time. Peter was a gangster with it. Peter was like, I'm gonna do this for you. I'm gonna do this. Matthew 20, you got it?
I was gonna say which one, because it's in all 4 of them.
Okay, Matthew 26 and 33.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew 26 and 33. Peter answered and said unto him, though all men shall be offended because of thee, yet will I never be offended. 34. Yahweh said unto him, verily I say unto thee, that this night before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me thrice.
Read verse 35.
Verse 35. Peter said unto him, though I should die with thee, yet will I not deny thee.
Peter doubled down on it, even after Yahweh told him he was going to deny it. Peter doubled down on it. When you give an idle word, what does the Most High make you do? Stand on that idle word. Oh, you ain't going to deny me? Let's see. And there was a time where Peter said, when they went to Peter, let me see if this is it. Well, let's see if I can find where he denied him. Give me where he denied him. Where Peter denied Christ. Cut him to the core. It was rough. And y'all better make sure, man. Y'all better make sure y'all don't do this.
Matthew 26 and verse 69.
Read it.
Now Peter sat without in the palace, and a damsel came unto him, saying, thou also was with Yahweh of Galilee. But he denied before them all, saying, I know not what thou sayest. Verse 71. And when he was gone out into the porch.
You don't have to read it all. So, and these 3 times, he denied him. Read 75.
75. And Peter remembered the word of Yahweh, which said unto him, before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me thrice. And he went out and wept bitterly.
Peter feared death. He feared the people. He feared the ramifications that came with it. And he had to learn that lesson. Let you learn that lesson too. Don't get out there talking about, man, I'm serving the Most High till I die. Okay, we gonna see. You might lose a job, might lose a rib, might lose your man, might lose your kids, might lose all of that. Let's see if you curse the Most High or reject the Most High when you go through the same exact thing. So I can't read where it says he sinned. I can't read even where it said he was punished. I can't read where he was still the rock. So I wouldn't say he sinned because I can't read that. But I will say he was afraid. What you want to ask?
It's like I was gonna ask, is it more like prophecy fulfilling?
No, it's just knowing them. It's just knowing the men that labor among you. So he knew Peter talked it, but he ain't necessarily walking. I know a lot of y'all that talk it, don't walk it. I want to build this camp. Go ahead and do it. Come on, sir. Damn, it's been 7 months. I ain't seen a class. I ain't seen one brother come in here from his own. Not one. Hey, brother, you got a report? It's getting there. You know what I mean? I'm handing out some flyers. I'm doing okay. All right, brother. All right. Remember, you said you wanted this camp. Happens all the time. That's all that is. All right. Next.
Come on, Chicago got a question.
What's up, Chicago? I can't hear you out.
Hey, shalom, Cap. Sir.
Hey, what's going on, mighty man?
Not much, Adawan. Brother has a question real quick. He wanted a breakdown on the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 49 and 50. So he wanted to know if this was Salaki. Let me find what the brother said, sir.
Just heads up.
He wanted to know if this was talking about baptism or an actual fire, like the fire that Christ's gonna deliver on brothers. And me, I'd like to know if this is a scripture that could be used when we talk about how Christ said he's gonna baptize with fire and not water. If this is a count of the water baptism off this scripture, I would like to know that.
This Luke 12 and 49. You said
49 and 50, sir. I'll read it. Book of Luke chapter 12 and verse 49. I am come to send fire on the earth. And what will I if it be already kindled? Verse 50. But I have a baptism to be baptized with. And how am I straitened till it be accomplished?
And he wants to know what?
Is this talking about baptism or like an actual fire?
No, okay. So when you think of baptism, right? When I'm saying you, not you general, but when we think of baptism is like something that you experience, something that you go through that's symbolic for something else. So in reverse, when you read verse 50, it says, but I have a baptism to be baptized with. What baptism is he talking about?
But Salaki, sir, would that be his death?
Yeah, the stripes that came before it, being beat, the crown on his heads. So when verse 49 says, I am come to send fire on earth, and what will I if it already be kindled? That's a question, right?
Right.
When he's coming to send fire on earth, what does that mean?
Salaki, so would that be when he comes back to like when it said he's going to separate like father and mother, he gonna cause adversity in the household?
When he come back, he ain't separating father and mother. You say something? When he coming back, then he coming back to whoop ass. That's the fire I got. That's the fire he talking about. He ain't talking about no water. He ain't talking about no damn regular fire. He talking about the ass whipping he about to put on this place. That's what he's talking about. You follow me?
Got
me with my crown all fucked up, man. I'm light skinned, man. We can't be out here looking like that.
Hey, I feel your pain, sir.
So when he says, I come to send fire on earth, what if he already be kindled? That's a question mark, because that fire is kindled. But it's not the fire that he's going to bring, but the fire that's already kindled is the destruction that is going to be happening when he comes. Then he says, but I have a baptism be baptized with. That's how you know baptism is just a process. Like, because of Christianity, we looking at baptism like being submerged in water.
Right.
And baptism is what John did as a baptism, prepared you for something. And then the water is irrelevant. The preparation is the important part, because Christ used the same word. John used the same word of Christ when he said he's going to baptize you. He didn't use water, but it did prepare you. It prepared you. It restored you. You had to go through something. So Christ is saying he has to go through something. Like I have a baptism to be baptized with. How am I straightened till it be accomplished? Meaning, how am I right? Straightened is like, how am I upright until that be accomplished? The better way to understand that is, how can you receive anything unless you go through your baptism? If you don't go through your fire, if you don't go through your pain, if you don't go through your submersion, your change, how can you be straightened? Christ can't receive the fire that he's going to bring unless he first goes through the baptism. Read 51.
Khan, verse 51. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth. I tell you, nay, but rather division.
Now, this goes into what he was doing the first time. He didn't come here to bring peace on earth, because you cannot have peace until you can win the war.
Right.
You have to come here to fight. So when he came here the first time, he came here for a division. That division was spiritual. You shall know the truth shall make you free. We ain't been in the bondage under no man, but the servants of sin, you are in bondage. So as he frees them from bondage, it breaks up homes. Y'all know this because when you free us from the bondage of the sins of this place, you lose your kids, you lose your woman, you lose your man, you lose friends, you lose jobs. That's what you have to go through. That's your baptism. So no, it's not talking about John's baptism or Christ's baptism in that sense. It's talking about Christ's personal baptism that he had to go through, and the baptism we can go through. You can use it that way.
Khan. The water, sir, that was heavy.
Hey, no sweat, most high Christ. All right.
So we got a question in the comments. In Deuteronomy 21:10, are Israelites given permission to take wives of the enemy?
Damn. So we only can go to war after we kill them. I mean, we can only marry white women. Just think about that. Y'all love them white women so much. Y'all can't wait to kill their white counterparts so you can sleep with them. Now, if I was to take this the way that fake Israelites take it, you know that means that you're the bitch. Because the white man won the war against us.
Damn.
So you're their concubine. You're the pet. You're the one they walk on a leash like, look, here's my nigger. He has a huge penis, though. He gives me everything I want. That's white man or woman, just for the record. You know, white man love Rod up his butt. That's all of it. He loves it. Ask Chud the Builder. You know I be calling him Bob the Builder. This scripture, when you read, I think the chapter above or the chapter before, it's talk about us when we go to war with each other. We are the enemies of each other. A good example of this war is when the tribes of Israel went to war with Benjamin for what they did to that man. Remember that man cut up his wife in all them different pieces? They went to war over that. And then when the war was over, they said, we pledged not to give our daughters to the Benjamites. And then they had a party. And they said, whoever them Benjamites catch at the party, that's who they get. You know, Israelites teach they was graping the women. Y'all ain't got no game, man. I think y'all ain't never went, man. I'm about to catch all these hoes out here. That's how Shalayala used to say it. Like, I'm gonna catch all these. Right? So that's how I used to say, yeah, look, he doing like that. I'm about to catch all these hoes. I'm about to book these numbers. I'm about to book these women. That's all let's talk about. So no, Deuteronomy 21:10 is not talk about when we go to war with non-Israelites, because then that would go in conflict with regular law that's against sleeping with non-Israelites. So you cannot sleep with a white woman, Moabite, Ammonite. Just look at us today. When we say Israelites are Mexicans, who fights us? Black people. When we say Mexicans are our brothers, who fights us? Mexicans. We are enemies to each other. It's just that simple. All right. I'll take the next question.
A sister asked a question. I guess this is a question on protocol. Said, Shalom, I recently joined ISUPK. When can I have a new name?
When you'll be consistent. Now, listen, I like your zeal, sis. Check back with me in 30 days. Let's see if you're consistent in 30 days. Let's see if you're taking them check-ins, getting told what to do, what not to do. Get out of this room. Stop watching on this room. You sister that be on that goddamn TikTok, you better conduct yourselves properly. If I see one of you sisters acting unseemly, I'm going to publicly check you. Just like I would publicly check a brother. I don't want to see no sisters on TikTok. I'm borderline against you even having a room on TikTok. It invites the demon of wanting to do what? Teach. Be a leader. Be somebody. So when you go check with your whatever zone you in, sis, just check with him in about a month. Let's see if you're still here. When you get told you can't talk that way, sis. You can't wear that. You can't do this. You can't do that. You know, we got some beautiful sisters in here. I love them all, but they did not come here without refining themselves. So you get your name, the more that you refine yourself. And you can also get your name by how unrefined you are. You know what that means? You don't get no name. If they say your name and they be like, oh, that's what you talking about. That's a name you can have. You know, the Bible says, let not a stain be in your honor and keep the preeminence of thy name. Your name should mean something. The reason why I can pick on Shalayala, because his name means something. So nothing I joke about him is real, so he can laugh at me. Ha ha ha, oh, Cap, you funny, Cap. You this Cap. Let him have a horrible reputation, though. He would look at me like, damn, you still picking on me, Cap? Damn, I told you I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to do this. But he can laugh because he has a preeminence in his name. He does not have a stain in his name. And you want that to matter. If you want a name in this school, you're going to have to keep the preeminence of your name. You're going to have to be a sister that carries every single order you're given. A brother, every single order you're given. If brothers can say Khan out of one Khan, then sisters should never complain. The minute a sister say, why I got to say Lord? Why I got to say sir? Why I got to say Adawan? Oh, she marked. Hey man, she might have to wait an extra couple of days. Are you gonna bring her into school? I'm not bringing her into school. She can't say Khan out of one. I'm sorry. She got to do that. We all do that. And let me tell you something else. When that job tell her she got to be at 9 o'clock, that bitch there at 8:55. That bitch say, yes, sir. How many records you need? I got it all printed out for you. I got the fries on time. I did this. I did that. Oh, she know how to work for the slave master. Women will love the damn job more than they love their man. So, sis, if you want your name, do the damn job. Follow the orders and do what you're supposed to do. That's how you get your name. I'll take the next one.
Someone else dropped a quick question on names. Says, does your Adawan pick your name, the kids, and his own name?
Yeah, so in some cases, that's really so. Because they're asking Adawan, I'm assuming she's married to a brother. So it's up to the brother. The brother can still come to the school to get the name that he wants for his woman. That's his prerogative. And he can still have the school do it, but it would be a name that he picked. He can then pick the names for his children, still have the school do it, but he picked the names. So that would be up to the husband at that time.
Dallas has a question.
What's up, Dallas? I can't hear you, Dallas. They'll get me right with Dallas.
I'm about to come back to Dallas. Sahara put in the comments, why did you tell God logic that Christ had the desire to sin? The Bible never said that.
You might go to Romans 8th chapter.
Romans the 8th chapter.
Somebody go to Romans 8 and somebody goes to Hebrews 2 and 16. You're going to read Romans 8 and Romans 8 and you're going to go to 3.
Romans 8 and 3. For what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh, God sending his own son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin, condemned sin in the flesh.
Who knows what that means? Who knows what that means? And let me give y'all a caveat to understand this question. Y'all remember when Christ when Yahushua went to the Most High and asked for this cup to be passed from him, right? Did Christ want to drink the cup? And what was the cup? Death, right? If Christ doesn't do that, what happens? Sis? We don't get saved. The prophecy of God so loved the world, he sent his only begotten son. None of that gets fulfilled. Would that have been a sin? Whose desire or whose orders did Christ follow? He said, nevertheless, not my will be done, but your will be done. Even when Christ didn't want to do it, he obeyed. So when it says in the likeness of sinful flesh, you know what people think when they say sinful flesh? They think their body be talking. They never think their brain be talking. Sinful flesh is your brain talking. When it talk about flesh and spirit, flesh is what your brain wants. Spirit is what the Father's brain wants. Yahushua went 3 times to the Lord and asked for that cup to be passed. Knowing that, like, we prepare to die, you know, everybody prepare to die. But can you imagine knowing and having to walk into it, knowing when you have the ability not to? With all the power that the Most High gave Christ, he could have not done it. He could have not done it. Went to the Father 3 times, hoping there was something that he could have said to the Father, that there could have been another way. And when he realized there wasn't, he said, not my will. So if he says not my will, what is his will? His will is not to do it. So he had the desire to not go through with God's order, but yet he still obeyed. So in Romans 8:3, read that again.
For what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh.
And what?
In that it was weak through the flesh.
In that it was weak through the flesh. Go ahead.
God sending his own son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin, condemned sin in the flesh.
So how did Christ in what I just said, how did Christ condemn sin in the flesh? What did he do?
He did not submit to his.
He did not submit to his will. He submitted to the Father's will. That's how you condemn sin in the flesh. There's sins that you want to commit every day. And if it was not for your faith in the Most High and fear of the Most High, you do it. You condemn sin every day, just like Yahushua condemns sin every day. Now, it sounds strange to the world because they believe Jesus is God and he can't be touched with our infirmities. He can't be touched with what we feel. Somebody who got Hebrews 2:16?
Hebrews chapter 2, verse 16. For verily he took not on him the nature of angels, but he took on him the seed of Abraham.
He took on him to keep going.
Verse 17. Wherefore in all things it behoved him to be made like unto his brethren.
It behooved him to what?
Be made like unto his brethren.
It behooved him in all things, not some things, to be made just like us. Keep going.
That he might be a merciful and faithful high priest in things pertaining to God.
So that in order for him to be a merciful and faithful high priest, he had to be just like us. Keep going.
To make reconciliation for the sins of the people.
Keep going.
Verse 18. For in that he himself hath suffered being tempted, he is able to.
Now, what does that mean? He suffered being tempted. What does that mean? Who can give me what that means? Don't Christianize this shit either. Say it like you're talking to a nigga that need to understand this book. What does that mean? He suffered being tempted. Aisha.
He really went through it and had to battle himself.
That's true. Give me more. That's true. That wasn't Christian. Good. Meaning? That's right. That's the suffering. You got, when it says suffer being tempted, you got to go into that suffering. Y'all see that big tail walk past y'all? That's suffering. I had a brother. Listen, I was on TikTok today. I'm talking to a brother, and the brother's trying to say he want to go to heaven and see his mama. I'm telling him you don't go to heaven and see your mama. But because he was stuck on that, I dealt with heaven and hell from his lens. And then I asked him, I said, well, let me ask you something. Your mama's in heaven, right? He said, yeah. I said, you want to go to heaven, right? He said, yeah. I said, are you keeping the laws of God so you can go into heaven? He's like, no, I see that booty. I said, so now booty is stopping you from seeing your mama?
Damn.
So the booty is more important than your mama.
Damn.
Are you married? He said, yeah. I said, you can't have your wife just walk around all naked and you can see her booty all day. But you got to see this booty. So your mama ain't really that important. So he's not suffering. He's giving in. Suffering is seeing all the tail. Suffering that you cannot have it because it'll destroy you, and then sticking with the booty that's yours. That's suffering. Suffering is going to the Most High 3 times to ask not to go through it, and then going through it anyway, knowing that you're obeying the Father and not yourself. So when you put the question back on the screen, what's the dumbass question, girl? Stupid Christian, poor Christian. When you find it, put it back on the screen. So when she asks, why did we say Christ did, I forget how she worded, something like Christ suffered it. We're reading it. Read where you at, Hebrews 2:18 again. Read that again.
Hebrews 2 verse 18. For in that he himself had suffered being tempted.
That's what the suffering is. You know what he said to his disciples? He said to his disciples, how long must I suffer you? Because they trying to cast out demons. They can't cast a demon out. They coming to him. He like, damn, I got these niggas to work with. How long must I suffer thee? Christ suffered everything. He suffered not having the most intelligent brothers and built them up. He suffered having to die for niggas that hated him and did it. And listen, it was so cold when he said, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. Read the rest of it.
He is able to succor them that are tempted.
That's right. So he had the ability to sin. That's what being born in sinful flesh means. Having the ability to disobey. We all have the ability to disobey, and we have the ability to obey. Which member are you going to yield to? Are you going to yield to your flesh? Or are you going to yield to your spirit? When I found out Christ had flesh like me, it was easy for me to yield to the spirit. You know when it was hard? When they told me Jesus was God. Because I'm not God. Superman can't tell me to fly around the fucking world. He got a damn cape on, got the red boots. White. You know what's crazy? Superman had to be black because the white man ain't got the sun for energy. Think about that. The white man and the sun is his power source. The shit would burn him up. You ever see white man in the sun and turning red and all that? But Superman can't tell me that. And for my whole life, Jesus was Superman. And so because he was Superman, and I'm just down here, not Clark Kent. Who's the news reporter? Jimmy Olsen? I'm Jimmy Olsen. So we both can't. We both news reporters, but he's Superman. He can fly around. Then I find out I'm part of the Justice League like Jesus. So if he could do it, I could do it. How much more power is that? That's why it says in that he suffered being tempted, he is able to secure them. Because when he comes and checks you for not obeying God, you can't say, well, you Superman. He can say, nigga, I died for you. I took this pain for you. I took rejection. You getting rejected by this person. I got rejected by people after I raised a man from the dead. Who you raised from the dead? That's how he secures you. The little bit of persecution you go through is nothing compared to what Christ did. And Christ still went to the Father and not wanted to do it. So Christ had the ability to sin. That's what Romans the 8th chapter is talking about. He had the ability to sin and did not. And we supposed to know if he had the ability and not do it and then told us to be like him, if you're Christ-like, then you should not be sinning. If you're sinning, then you're not Christ-like. All right? What time we got?
9:07.
What you got? What you got?
Officer Tabazar also posted Hebrews 4:15.
Let's read Hebrews 4:15.
Hebrews 4:15. For we have not an high priest which cannot be touched with the feeling of our infirmities, but was in all points tempted like as we are.
He was what?
In all points tempted like as we are.
Tabazar, y'all know Tabazar. I told you, I think the last time I talked about Tabazar, I told y'all that nigga don't smile. That nigga just pull precepts. That nigga don't smile. He don't do nothing. Hey, get him Hebrews 4:15. Tell me to read that. Con out of one con.
That's an excellent brother. Right?
I love that brother. Yeah, I love that brother, man. But that's a good scripture. For we have not a having high priest that cannot be touched with the feeling of our infirmity. Touch meaning experience. That's what the touch means. The touch don't mean this. The touch mean having our experience. And you know why that's important? When y'all go talk out to young men in the world, if you ain't grew up without a daddy, they won't hear you. In order for them to hear you, you gotta lead. You gotta damn near lead with, I ain't have a father neither. Now they hear you. My father was on drugs too. Now they hear you. So when squares talk to them, they don't want to hear from the square. You gotta let squares talk to squares. You gotta let street niggas talk to street niggas. When a street nigga talking to a street nigga, you know why they listen? What do they call them? They call them OGs. You know why they call them OGs? Because they respect them coming from their neighborhood. So Christ is the big OG that felt our infirmities. So when we go to him with it, we ain't going to him with something that he ain't felt before. There ain't nothing that you going through that he can't say, yeah, you know, I went through that. I know how to handle it. Now, if you make him the opposite of that, if you make him a man that did not feel our infirmities, if you make him a man that did not have the desire to sin, then he can't talk to me. He can't even relate to me. Even junkies only want to talk to former junkies. You had to at least smoke weed. Be addicted to weed is something. Lose a job over weed is something. If you ain't did that, alcoholism. If you ain't never got drunk, threw up, crashed the car, did something, vomited, woke up, ain't know where the fuck you was, and you go talk to an alcoholic, that shit gonna go in one ear and out the fucking other. Because you got to be one of them to be one of them. And so Christ was one of us. Christ had the desire to sin and did not sin. So when he tells you don't sin, he's speaking from experience. With that, you want to say something, Yatazar? With that, I'll pass the class to Priest and Officer Yatazar.
Clap it up for the class.
Oh, if I could real quick. Real quick. General Muhammad did not teach today, but he will be teaching. It's going to be a weekend takeover from Manny General Johannes going.
Yeah, right. Make sure y'all in DC for that. Friday's class in DC. Make sure y'all in the building for that. All right.
Sign Christ. Clap it up for the class. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Imajam, which means to stand. Men of Israel, Imajam Shabbat, Imajam, Barak,
Yahweh, Yahweh,
Yajamata. Sword towards the sisters, Imajam. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Imajam Shabbat, Imajam, Barak, Yajamata, dismiss.